grief, the feeling we get that brings us troubling thoughts, distress, and deep sorrow. Hey everyone, it's me, TheFearRaiser, and these past couple of weeks have been difficult, and I wanted to put together some kind of explanation to what's been going on, because it's been a lot to handle, and of course, it's completely impacted my work and my content for you guys. So, let me just get right into it. You know what? No, this has to be done in a more serious manner. Hey, how's it going? But yeah, excuse the bad lighting. I only have my window here, so I'm back in Newfoundland. It's the room I grew up in for about 12 years, and yeah, I'm not back home right now in Toronto. Okay guys, so where do I even begin? This has been a very hard year for me. It's been a very difficult few weeks, if I'm being honest. So, a couple of weeks ago, I had made a video talking about how someone very close to myself and my family had suddenly passed away. During this time, I was kind of dealing with my own stuff before I even found out about this news. I have been kind of in a weird struggle, weird personal struggle with things. I mean, you know, I live in Toronto. I live in the city. You know, I've been struggling with YouTube, and you know, I declared a lot of things in that other video, that like 5-minute video I made a little while ago. And yeah, and then during this time when I'm kind of going through all this, I'm told about the sudden passing of a very close family friend. So I bought a plane ticket to fly home and be there for my family, and it was hard. It was really difficult, actually, because the person who passed away was actually my father's best friend, and he was currently working up in Norway during this time, so he couldn't attend any of this. So I wanted to be home for my family and my friends. I have a very old friend who was the son of the man who passed away, and you know, I wanted to be there for him. Just you know, they're like family to us. So, you know, coming back home and seeing all this happen so suddenly, and it really makes you think. You know, I'm dealing with all these things, and I come home, and then suddenly someone you have known your whole life passes away, and it's really hard to process, I guess, and yeah. But anyways, after attending the funeral and everything, I flew back to Toronto, and then I was dealing with some stuff in Toronto. Life isn't perfect, guys, for me especially. It's been a bit of a struggle. I don't know that many people in Toronto. I have a few wonderful friends in Toronto, but it's still hard. I don't know. I've been really struggling with finding purpose lately, and yeah. And anyways, a few kind of tough things happened while I was back, and during this time, I was trying to come back to YouTube again. You know, I was trying to just take in all of what had happened, and you know, on top of the things that were going on that were personal. I don't want to get into that, but about a week and a half of being back to Toronto, I get a phone call from my mom, and she's telling me my uncle isn't looking too good, and you know, they don't know how much time he's got left. And this was out of nowhere. This was like, there was no call about saying, oh, you know, your uncle's in the hospital, or he's just, well, you know what I mean? Like, it was very sudden. It was very quick. This all happened very quick. It was just, you know, my mom called me and said he's not looking too good, and she said that we need you back home. So You know, I've only been back a week and a half, and then already I have to go back home for my uncle, who unfortunately passed away, and it was really hard. I got to say my goodbyes though before it happened, so I'm just glad I could be back, back home. You know, here I am. But over the weekend this all happened, and you know, it's hard, guys. It's hard, especially when you don't live close to home, you know. And you know, I'm still home now, but I have to fly home tomorrow, and I can't attend the funeral because I have a lot of stuff to do, including work. You know, I have a lot of things I have to figure out, which is why I wanted to make this video, just to clear the air. And you know, the thing is, guys, nothing can be done about this. You know, this is a part of life, and unfortunately, this has just been the timing, and just the tragedy has just kind of been, you know, it's just been continuing, and but these things happen. I do want to apologize to you guys. You know, I know, like, I read all of the comments you guys left me on that other video, and they were incredibly heartwarming. You guys are incredible fans, and it means so much to me that you all are so understanding, and you know, you guys are just amazing. There's no other way to put it. That being said, you know, in a way, I've kind of let you guys down. I've let myself down because, like, I have not been doing what I've been wanting to do on YouTube. YouTube has been hard. It's been a little lonely, if I'm being honest. You know, I left one community and I joined this animation community, and it's all new, and I'm trying to get to know people, but it's still very lonely, you know, and I've also shut people out. I've also closed in on myself, which is my fault. So if any friends that I've kind of stopped talking to are watching this, I'm sorry. I've just really kind of closed in on myself. And I want to make things right again. And, you know, I want to come back from this. I want to make things better. I was actually supposed to have an animation up the weekend while this was all going on, and one of my animators who helps me has just completely disappeared. If I'm being real, I'm actually a little concerned. I don't know where he's gone. He's just disappeared. I hope he's okay. But regardless, you know, I had nothing. I had to come home empty-handed. I had no content ready. I wasn't prepared, and you know, I just need to be more on top of things. So it's been hard. I know I've come off as very depressed lately, but unfortunately, life has just been, it's been hitting me hard, and it's all part of it. It's all part of life, guys. When it comes to grief, guys, as hard as it can be, and it will be something you will experience, the worst thing you could do is keep it in. One problem I tend to have is during hardships and hard times, I tend to keep my emotions in and lock them in a cage. And I don't know why I do this. I don't choose to do this, or maybe I do, I don't know. It's just, you know, I just don't tend to cry often. I don't tend to truly let out how I feel, and that can be a very damaging thing. When you grieve at any point in your life, don't ever be afraid to let out how you feel. Don't ever be afraid. Talk to someone, and more importantly, just get it out. It is during great times of sorrow that we need to express our emotions in order to help us grow from these experiences. Because life is hard, you know. People pass away. Nothing is forever. Don't take for granted the people you love in your life, because anything could happen. So go out there and be with your loved ones. Call a friend. Hang out with people you care about. Life is precious, guys. And in a single second, in a single moment, your life can change. And as I grow older, it's something I understand more and more. Oh. Hey, buddy. Hey, Comet. Comet wanted to join me. Oh, there you go. I'll let you just rest here. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for being so understanding. I know in the last video I said I'd keep on top of my content, and I still mean that. But rather than continuously saying I'll do things and not do them, I'll just start showing you instead. But in the meantime, if you want to keep in touch with me, you know, when I'm not on YouTube, feel free to follow me at TheFearRaiser on Twitter and at TFRJordan on Instagram. I mean, I try to give life advice and stuff when I can. But yeah, guys, just thank you. Thank you for being incredible people, being incredible fans, and friends, and family. Honestly, you guys are like family to me, and you mean the world to me, and let's hope I can finally get back on track and continue to entertain you guys and put some smiles on your faces. But yeah, either way, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon. See ya.